What is that doing here? Oh, I know what that is. That's a care package from my best friend Tony. All the OG viewers know exactly who Tony is. That is my best friend from high school. So, you know, we've been best friends for a good 20 years. Or, well, all right, closer to 40. This is a care package from Midnight Road Garage South. That would be the much lesser known version of Midnight Road Garage. Now, this is a 2008 Saab 9.7X, I think. Maybe it's just a 9.7. I don't know. But what I do know is, and that probably those of you that are into LS engines know, is this is actually powered by a all-aluminum 5.3 liter LS. And it's also all-wheel drive. So it's a lot like a Trailblazer. And I now own it. This was Tony's, and now it's mine. And yes, this is a channel update video. And Tony, I'll tell you what, this thing needs a really good washing. So about the channel update, I'm just going to go over a couple things I got coming, well, a bunch of things I've got coming up. With this Saab 9.7, we'll be doing a video on the blend door actuator. It's apparently bad on it, and I think there's a couple other things, so we'll go over that in a future video. Got a red truck. I'm sure some of you remember this truck. We have a video about replacing this bedwood. Maybe something about that god-awful seat. And replacing the engine in this beast. Now the engine's on a stand in the shop and it's pretty much ready to go, so that's coming up real soon. And then what about the 944s? Here's this one. There's another one over there on the other side of the Saab. And then there's one inside that I'm already doing a little bit of work to, and I've got it all on video. Let me open up the shop. Here is 944 number 3, and I've actually done an oil change to it and replaced the fuel pressure regulator on it. Oil was full of gas, so I just went ahead and replaced the fuel pressure regulator. The fuel pump's not working on it. I mean, there'll be a video on all that, but so I got to sort that out. So that's the update on the 944s. Maybe you're wondering about the Catalina. Well, here's the Catalina, and yes, that is a completely rebuilt and now running Pontiac 400. There is definitely a video coming on this probably in the next week or so from this video. I've been working on that since middle of May. All the video footage is done. I just have to edit it all together. And that's going to take a while because it's actually quite a bit of footage. So that's upcoming. You want to hear it run? She got a nice little lope to her. Sadly, it's got 0 brakes though, so there'll be a brake video coming on the Catalina. I guess we should address the two behind it, the Dodge and the Cadillac. So I had this one running the other day, and the video that features that will probably be up before this video, or maybe just after this video. But anyways, let me talk about that for a moment. You gotta pay the bills around here somehow, and the only way you do that when you're a car YouTube channel, I mean, unless you're Vice Grip Garage or DDE or any of those super humongous, big, mostly entertainment type channels, when you just do kind of like automotive education, which is mostly what I do, is I fix things and show people how to do it. So that's a lot of what my videos are. But I also do a lot of product review videos. When you're a small YouTube channel, that's how you get free stuff. And what makes it worthwhile for doing channels. Because believe it or not, YouTube doesn't pay a whole lot. I don't make that much off of YouTube. Fortunately, I have a full-time job. That's how I pay for pretty much all of the cars and all the car content you see. For the most part, is paid for by my regular paycheck and not YouTube. When you see a product review, that's free content for me. That is where, you know, I've probably been sent a product, although I buy a lot of products and do reviews on them as well. But a lot of the jump starters and things like that, those are sent to me. And I can tell you they're 100% honest. I have been sent products that are garbage, and I just don't do a video. I just tell them, look, I'll send it back to you. I'm not going to do a video on it because it's junk. But if I actually do a video on it, then whatever I say in the video is pretty much what it was. That's the deal with those product videos. That generates income for the channel, which, you know, helps me a little bit. mostly that money's like shop supplies. I mean, sure doesn't pay for any tools. That's for sure. Or the engine. The engine in the Catalina, that was the machine shop bill for the short block on this was about $3,000. Yeah, and that all came out of my pocket. There's no YouTube money there. That's just, yeah. So we're talking about product review videos coming up for that. We got a couple product review videos coming up for the truck. I've got some wiring hacks by my good friends over at Boost Auto. Those guys make really good products. I've been super happy working with those guys. Things that can make it so you can have your fog lights on at the same time as your high beams, and you can have the light on the back on at the same time as other things. So that's kind of cool, and they're real cheap, real easy to do. So I'll be doing those soon. The folks at LostFit, oh, that video is coming soon too, on my Solstice. In fact, I'm probably gonna make that video tonight. Little thing about the headlights. But they also sent me some lights, tail lights, for the 2500. So I'll be doing a review on those as well. Those are LED lights that's got regular halogen bulbs in it now. So we'll swap those out with some LEDs. Yeah, the Solstice video will be about a U0073 error and a long story about that I'll try and keep short. Yeah, that's a heck of a story. So you'll want to watch that if you are into troubleshooting vehicles. You'll want to watch that one. Now remember, I did say this was a care package, believe it or not. And turns out there was some shipping damage. The third brake light flew off. Looks like the whole wing busted off. So note, if you've got a spoiler on the back of your vehicle, don't tow it backwards from Orlando to Virginia. And there are parts for various things. There are parts for this vehicle, for this Saab. There's a nice carburetor in there that's going to end up on something. There's some A-body brakes, which is good because I've got a couple A-bodies kicking around here. So it's always nice to get some parts. You know, I guess I could see a couple cars over my shoulder too. Probably should talk about those. The El Camino is going to get LS swap at some point this year, probably in the fall, because I need to do the red truck first. But the engine and next engine thing after that will probably be the El Camino. I also had, you know, the 79 Camaro is still sitting in there. That's a long story with the engine that's in there, and I actually have a replacement engine for the engine that's in it. But it's, yeah, I just don't want to work on it right now. That's the deal with that. That's what it boils down to with that, is I just don't want to work on that car right now. 56 Cadillac. I'm on the fence as to what I'm going to do with this car. I'm definitely going to pull it out of here at some point this summer and try and clean it up a little bit, see what I can do with it. But I don't really have any high hopes for this car. We'll see. It's kind of like the 944s. Yeah, the main reason I haven't done anything in the 944s, one reason I haven't done anything with the Cadillac is the 944s, I'm waiting for their titles. Not a whole lot you can do with a car without title other than parts. I don't want to sell them as parts vehicles when I know I can get titles. So I'm waiting for the titles. I need to do that with the Cadillac too. I need to get a title for it. And then once I have a title, then I really determine what I can do. But you know, if you're planning on getting a title for a car, it's when you don't have a title for it. And there are ways to do it completely legal. I'm not talking about any weird like gray area stuff here. I'm talking about, you know, legit doing the paperwork, doing what's needed to get a title. It can totally be done. Contrary to what you might read on the internet, it can be done legally. And I'm not even talking about like that weird Vermont loophole thing. I'm talking about just real ways to do it. Yeah, so if you're planning on getting a title, you really don't want to do a lot of work until you find out that either you cannot get a title or the title's on the way. So that's where we're at. I did make a list. Maybe I should look at it. It is hot out here. It's hot. It is blazing. I'm not even in the sun. Oh, it turns out that is pretty much everything for the updates. Undoubtedly, there will be some other car that'll catch my eye, and you know, that'll get squeezed into the mix somewhere. Oh, you know what? The Rolls Royce. The 73 Rolls Royce is really, I know I keep saying this is really close to being done. That's actually titled, tagged, insured, but I'm still working on the interior. Redoing wood interior for a car is time consuming, and you know, my buddy that's helping me with that, he's a Rolls-Royce expert, so you know, I gladly wait for him to help with those things because he's done it a million times. Hopefully that'll be done soon though, and then I can put the interior back together. And once the interior is back together, I can drive it. So hopefully by the end of summer, I think definitely we're gonna make the Hunt Country Classic show in October. So we'll definitely make that show. Sorry to bore you with an update video. I know some of you have watched it to the end, and I really appreciate you guys. Like, subscribe, comment. You know, I'll see you guys down the road. Wait, don't go anywhere. I'm so terrible at this. I forgot to mention, I've got t-shirts. It would be cool if y'all bought them. Here, check it out. See, all you project car guys need one of these shirts. Now just imagine I was good looking, and then you would know what the shirt would look like on you. This time I'm out here for real.